So, relationship warning signs. This kind of subject, it does depend on who you are as a person. Because for some people, certain relationships are totally alright. Other people, not so much. But there are some signs that are pretty freaking universal. Like, if the guy, or girl, or other whatever, is basically saying, you can't hang out with your family, you can't hang out with your friends, stuff like that, that's a problem, run away. Basically, it means they are overly possessive to the point where they might actually become abusive and maybe even become one of those, if I can't have you, nobody can, kind of people, and, fucking try to kill you. There's a possibility of them turning out to be one of those people. And one of the things that needs to be stressed is just because they seem like a good guy to you doesn't mean they're good to their lover. And just because they seem like a good person in the beginning of a relationship doesn't mean they're always going to be that good person. There are some relationships that they will be fucking fantastic for the first few months, but 3 years down the line, he's hitting you with a hammer. I mean, hopefully that's not actually happening, but you get what I mean. Shit can start out good and then go really fucking south really fucking fast. But generally, other things is if they are snooping through your private shit, like if they're going through all of your mail, going through your phone constantly, checking your Facebook, hacking your Facebook and checking everything on it, stuff like that, that is a huge warning sign of them being a possessive bastard. Or bitch, or whatever. No, if they start doing that, then either A, tell them to fucking cut it out, and if they don't cut it out, run, or just immediately run. Same thing as if they're, like, destroying your stuff. Yeah, no, leave, run. And on that note, if you break up with somebody, don't destroy all their crap. That's a dick move, don't do that. Give them their shit, and be done with it. Don't steal their things, don't keep their things, don't break their things. And other things is that are, like, much, much more specific, I guess, on what kind of person you are, is if you are someone who's, like, asexual, don't get into a relationship with someone who's, like, hyper sexual and pushes for it constantly. And by pushing for it constantly, I mean, like, they never shut up about it kind of thing. Like, if every single time you're meeting them, you're like, let's have sex, 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 let's have sex. If you are dating someone like that, then, well, if you want to have lots of sex, go right on ahead. But if they are trying to force you to have sex, that's a huge fucking no-no. They should not ever be trying to force you to do anything. Whether it's sex, whether it's making out, whether it's strip-teasing, or going to the movies, they should not be forcing you to do anything. Them, like, saying, please, would you, is not forcing, but if you say no, they should drop it. If, like, they're bringing it up 10 minutes later, then obviously they haven't dropped it, they're being a dick. That, I would say, is a warning sign, but more so of a warning sign that this relationship isn't going to work, not a sign of he's going to hurt you. But, I mean, it is possible. And the other instance is find out how they are drunk in a public setting. If the first time they get drunk with you is when it's just the two of you alone, you might find out that, oh god, he's an extraordinarily violent drunk. If you get drunk in public with him, and I mean by him getting drunk, not you, I mean you could get drunk too, then you will see how he is in public without, where you're more safe. I mean, obviously you're not flawlessly safe, but you're more safe. And, like, basically, because that's one thing, is do not assume he's going to get better. Or she's going to get better, or they're going to get better, or whatever. Because 9 times out of 10, they will never, ever get better. Because the fact of the matter is, this goes with cheating, too. If you stay in a relationship with someone who's abused you, or has cheated on you, they will think that they can do it again, and they will do it again. Even if you get angry at them, even if you're pissed off, they'll be like, oh, well, he, she, they will still live with me, they'll still date me, so obviously I can get away with it. That's what will happen, is you have to teach them that no, I won't fucking put up with it, and dump their ass. Now, of course, if you are in a situation where the relationship has gone so severely south that you are actually in physical danger or may get killed, that is a completely different situation. You can't just pack your shit and nonchalantly leave. Basically, call the cops, call your friends, call your family if you can, because not everybody can call their family, and get them to help you get the fuck out of there. And in some cases, you might have to take it to the next level extreme of completely moving to a new state, or province, or even country. Changing your name, changing what kind of job you have, etc. Like, you might have to go to the extreme. And that might not even work. There are cases where that hasn't worked, and the person got tracked down by this fucking psychopath. In which case, all you can really do is hope they get thrown in jail and get a restraining order. Which I would recommend. Do not ever believe that, oh, this person will just get better. They'll become like they used to be. No. The person they used to be either was a completely fake persona that they were just putting on to impress you and make you love them, or that person's just gone and is never going to show up ever again. And it is a routine thing with abusers to try and make you feel bad for them. They will be like, oh, but you did this and this to upset me. Oh, but you did that and that to make me sad. Oh, but this and hurt me. I was just getting back at you. Well, if you had made me suffer and shit like that, no. That is just emotional manipulation. It is an abuse tactic. Recognize it as an abuse tactic and get the fuck away. Because usually those abusers tend to be worse because they'll make you think that you're the one in the wrong. And don't fucking do that shit. Now, obviously, with this stuff, I'm not really speaking from personal experience with any of this shit. It's just, I do watch a lot of documentaries and do a lot of reading on this general stuff, so I do sort of know my shit, but I have not personally experienced this. So, yeah, but I generally am a mistrusting, paranoid person, so I doubt I would fall victim to this, because I would probably be the one to be like, no, you disrespected me, I will slap the fuck out of you. But, anyway, and, like, also you have to watch, like, if you have pets, you need to watch the way they treat them. Like, if they're constantly threatening to kill your pets, or they're, like, kicking the crap out of your pets, or even they kill your pet, then run the ever-loving fuck away. Run the ever-loving fuck away. Because their next step is pretty much gonna be you. And you shouldn't be dating an animal abuser, basically. Like, you just know. So, yeah, it's kind of the same thing with their personal property. Your personal property. If they're destroying that, then there's a good possibility that they will go for you next. So it is not a good idea to stay in that relationship. But obviously these are much more bigger signs that, hey, this relationship is not so good to be in. But, because usually it's not going to start off that way. If you get in a relationship with somebody and then a week later they're fucking trying to kill your pet, then they are more than abusive. They're extraordinarily dangerous, and you should probably do more than just run away. You probably should let the cops know and shit like that. Because most abusers do not start off so noticeable. Most abusers start off nice and kind and gentleman-y and will do everything they can think for you. And then most of them will be like, but I did this for you, but I did that for you, to emotionally manipulate you later on. And they also have a tendency to convince everyone around you that they're a great person. So that if you tell someone that you know, they might not believe you anyway. So, yeah. But little things, honestly, some people, they won't give away anything when you first start dating them. Some people won't give away jack fucking all because they're so good at their built-up persona. Other people, they will give away little things, like being weirdly controlling about this and that, or getting upset when you don't cook something a specific way for them, and getting pissed off and sulking for the entire day that you didn't go to do specific things with them constantly. Or they'll, like, start hinting that your friends are bad people and you shouldn't be hanging out with them, or that they'll try to convince you of things that didn't happen. Like, I've seen one thing where this guy literally tried to convince his wife that her dad had raped her when she was little and that she had just repressed the memories. It's like, if they're doing shit like that, then there is a huge fucking problem. Those are more minor signs, but again, sometimes there will not be fucking signs, but in the end, if you're in danger, get the fuck away. As best and safely as you can, and as quickly as you can. But, I mean, this isn't always possible. You just pretty much have to do what you gotta do to survive in the end. That's really all I can think of to say. Yeah.